houseplant friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you my favorite houseplants of January and February. I know February is not quite over yet, but these are the plants that I have definitely been eyeing the most this month. I hope that you will enjoy seeing them. Maybe you'll add something new to your wish list. Before we get into today's video, please make sure you hit like and subscribe. Maybe you've been binge watching my videos and you just forgot to hit that subscribe button. Welcome to the community. I also have YouTube memberships, which you can check out at the link in the description. I also have merch. This is my favorite colorway of the pastel Monstera, and I have a little rare and uncommon on it because in my video titles usually it says rare and uncommon somewhere. I think it's cute because not only does it refer to the Monstera, but it also refers to you. You are rare and uncommon. All right, let's just get into it, shall we? None of these are going to be in particular order. I literally have been obsessed with all these plants, and we're just going to start what's closest to me and we'll move to what's farthest away from me. So the first plant that we have here is actually my Hoya globulosa. Well, it was sold to me as a globulosa, but I actually think it is a villosa. Some type, I don't know, it's very weird. He's got these little pointy edges here. Hopefully we'll get him to bloom at some point, so I will know for sure. This is the newest leaf he gave me, and this is the first leaf he gave me. He's very wavy, very funky guy. I love him so much. I also have the Hoya villosa cow dong, which at first I thought that this might be that, but this is definitely not the same Hoya whenever I have them next to each other. This one also gets particularly veiny. I don't think it's having a very easy time showing up right now, but this Hoya is just absolutely gorgeous. And he's throwing hands. Check out his little hands right there. That is so cute. So yeah, I mean, this is about how small he is. He's not a super big plant, but he has been growing so fast for me and incredibly well. So this is definitely one of my favorite plants that I have been enjoying the growth of since the beginning of January. The next houseplant I'm going to show you, I have in this adorable pot, and this is the Philodendron heteroecium variegata. Some of these leaves you're not going to be able to tell as much. Then we have these leaves. This is a much fuller plant that I got from Peace, Love, and Happiness Club. This is its newest leaf. I think it looks very nice. And this one is always putting out new leaves, which is really nice. I'm just hoping that they all continue to grow and stay variegated. That one is exceptionally nice as well. I love Philodendron heteroecium a lot. I have one downstairs, but the variegated version to me has so many similarities to the nilsamaniye, how the variegated patterns are. It's very speckly, just like the nilsamaniye, which I love so much. So that's the reason why I love this plant. I do feel bad though, it had quite a few more leaves, and then I went through sad times and I just didn't think about this plant, and he just didn't do the best, which is probably like one of my biggest regrets. One of my favorite plants. So yeah. The next plant we are going to talk about is my Monstera Elbow, which I am currently air layering the heck out of. It's working, which is so exciting. But basically this guy is actually two different elbows. This is a different elbow than this. This is the one I originally spent $400 on last January, and it had 8 leaves when I got it from what was Asian Epiphytes and now is Woohoo Tropicals. And this is one from Botanicas. It will probably be a couple more months before I get anything from this big guy because of the fact that when I got him, he was just literally a stump. But these are all of the new leaves from the original elbow. And it's actually really nice because they all resemble pretty closely the original leaves that were on here when I bought the plant. It's got that same mintiness going on, which is why I fell in love with this plant so much. We also have this fun little leaf right here. Just popped out one day. That was the first leaf that came out. And then we had this one, which was also pretty funky. And then we had this one, which I love. And then this right here is our newest boy. Looks like we're Pergononut, so I think in probably a week or two we will see another new leaf, which is exciting. People say that if you just like put these on a moss pole, they grow so much faster, but you actually don't need to put them on a moss pole. You can literally just air layer the heck out of them. This is growing in, which was not at all before because of the fact I think that it's looking for something to climb onto, which I think is so smart. Like, these plants are just, these plants got an IQ higher than me, so But yeah, I love it a lot. I wish I would give it a name, but I'm so bad with naming plants because then I get way, way, way too attached to them. For now, she is just pretty. She's just my pretty lady. I am excited though. I think I'm gonna chop her at the end of the summer and sell a couple of them. So follow me on Plant Me Ashley for that. Oh, and she's in like one of my favorite pots of all time. This is a Brooke Cedar pot. She does not make these anymore, from what I've been told. Artists can do their art however they want to. My next favorite houseplant is, of course, my Adabapoense. This one actually hurts my heart so much because I closed one of its hecking leaves in the window. And it actually wasn't that bad before. I wonder what ripped it even more, because it wasn't me. But that is just sad. That is so sad. This is, I think, one of the fullest Adabapoenses I've had. Definitely one of the smaller ones, like in terms of size, like leaf size. Full, like there's so many leaves here. Like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 leaves. They're all growing kind of facing forward, which I think is so cute. This is our newest leaf. He is perfect. There is nothing wrong with him. I just love how it's like, not only are the leaves green, but there's like a glossiness to the top of them, I think, which just makes them so lovely to look at. And then the back of the leaves are ridiculous. Oh my god, I love it. This red color on the back of any leaves, like, give it to me right now. Literally give me that plant right now. This one I got actually from an import sponsorship, which was crazy, and it came in such good shape. It really blew my mind because I guess it's just a solid plant. Like some philodendron just don't do well in shipping, but this one's just amazing. And I literally almost dropped it, oh my god. Ashley's Adabapoense. Ooh. This is just the one that's the smallest, the one that I can pick up the easiest. So this is the one that I show you all the time. Her leaves are definitely like hecka damaged, but we don't care about that. What we care about is the red leaves and the cute little leaves. Oh my god. This is my Mykis. This is definitely like one of the pride and joys of my collection. This boy is so healthy. We have been through thick and thin together. I got this in a sponsorship as well. This one is just incredible. I actually just chopped it, which is why it's like all the same length. This plant grows so fast for me. It's just incredible. And look at just how velvety and beautiful the leaves are. I was really worried for a while because this plant was dealing with some spotted blight, which is just what happens when you get these itty bitty tiny little blight spots. But I was able to cut all of the bad leaves off, and we have a beautiful and healthy in full plant. Definitely not a back plant, but this guy is all party in the front, which is all that matters to me, honestly. I do have a second Mykis. It's a much smaller Mykis, like the leaves for some reason are just littler. It's hanging in a kokedama above my desk, and it's growing. It's putting out 2 new leaves right now, which is so cute. This guy is just incredible. I cannot get over how gorgeous. I just love the little velvet leaves. Look at those. He sits on the top shelf of my my big plant shelf that's in the corner of my room, and he just kills it. Literally, look. I get so much joy out of this plant. I would have a million more Mykis if I could. The next plant I'm going to be talking about, this Sport Monstera I got at Lowe's. I'm actually super excited because we have 4 variegated leaves on this plant already, and they are pretty decently variegated, but the one that is the most variegated actually putting out a new leaf right now, which is that little leaf spike right in the middle of the screen right there. I can't tell if it's focused or not, but I am so thrilled because like this was literally a $15 Monstera I got, and it was dying when I first got it. Like there were so many leaves that were just like hurting everywhere, but now like even just from the front, it just looks so nice. It looks like it really it looks like it had a good mother, okay? I'm really proud of this plant in particular. I love it so much, and we have like variegated leaves on it, which is always really nice. But I'm just really proud because I took a plant that was dying at a Home Depot that also was variegated, and not only did we help make it feel better about itself, I mean just like look at that leaf, but we also got it to put out another new leaf, and I will keep you updated on what that leaf looks like as soon as it unfurls. You have my word on that. But this plant in particular, like even if it wasn't variegated, is just such a beautiful little Monstera. I think it is so beautiful, and I keep it in this little like rattan basket. It's got a little tray at the bottom of it. I also have my other Monstera, which is behind me right there. That one I also really enjoy, but I don't really enjoy it as much as this guy. So yeah, they both just sit and grow. I love it. I could literally just hold this Monstera forever. There's something about Monstera deliciosa that just makes me so happy. And it's funny because I actually used to hate Monstera deliciosa. Reed will tell ya, I hated it. In the beginning, I didn't understand why it was so popular, and I think I just didn't like it because of the indie girl in me. Because I'm not like, as someone who grew up in Portland, I was not someone who liked popular things. I liked to kind of like pave my own path and like my own things. Darn it, this plant is just too beautiful. I fell in love with it. I have so many of them now. Like I just bought that massive one the other day from Home Depot. One of the next plants I have been, I mean, as per usual, extremely infatuated with is my Philodendron nilsamaniye. I actually recently repotted this into a small clear little pot with a ton of drainage. I was a little worried actually that it wasn't getting enough drainage. So that is why I went ahead and did that. Here's the original leaf. This plant is incredibly rare and I feel so lucky to have it in my care. Oh my God. It's just, every time I look at it, it just blows me away. I cannot get over it. And then we actually did have a second or a first leaf down here. It broke itself on the way out, and while I tried to splint it and give it a good new life, actually just recently moved on a couple weeks ago, or I guess a week and a half ago. But we got this leaf, which is the second leaf to come out, which I thought kind of all hope was lost. Literally, like there's like that one spot of variegation, but then we got this leaf. And originally I was like, well, we got an all green leaf, but we got this whole area right here, which is actually the splashy type of like God looks like it sneezed on it type of variegation I like, and then a couple little spots throughout the leaf. I actually just noticed last night that she is pregnant, so we will see another new leaf soon. This plant blows me away with how fast it grows. For a plant that seemed incredibly intimidating to take care of at first, it's actually not so intimidating. It's actually doing very, very well, and it loves the high humidity, so definitely a humidity lover, this one. Then we have this little begonia. This is my begonia green chloristicta, and its new leaf that is coming in has just had me mesmerized for the last few days now. These other ones seem to kind of be fading. This one actually looks like it might fall at some point in the near future. Incredible redness on this leaf is just wonderful. It's truly incredible, and I just can't stop staring at it. Then we have my Florida Beauty. I absolutely adore this plant. I got this from Botanicas. This is the original leaf. He is so cute, but then look at this one. We got like an Aurea leaf, which I love more than life itself. I love Aurea, so whenever it pops up like this, I think that it looks so nice. Philodendron gigas that Brooke bought for me. This guy is incredible. So these are the original leaves it came with. It actually came with one more original leaf, but he was not happy for some reason. And then we got this one that came out actually 2 weeks ago, and he is massive in comparison to the other leaves. I don't know if you can quite tell, but it is incredibly round and incredibly large. We're actually about to start seeing the unfurling of another leaf. And I love the petioles on this plant because you can't quite see it because I have it air layered, of course, which check out those roots that are growing into the moss. Looks so nice. But the petioles on this plant and the stem actually kind of grow in a little S, and I just think it is so nice. This is definitely one of my favorite philodendron ever. I don't really own a Melanochrysum because of the fact that why would I own one of those when I could just own one of these? He has already started to separate from himself, so I'm sure that we will meet him soon. So thank you so much for letting me tell you about my favorite houseplants of January and February. Let me know if you agree with me, if you had any other similar favorites in your collection, and which plants out of my collection you liked the most. I would love to hear from you. And I would love to hear what your favorite plants were in January and halfway through February. What has been sticking out to you a little more than usual that maybe wouldn't typically? And yeah, just let me know in the comment section what your favorite houseplants have been of January and February. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure you like, subscribe, and tweet me at PlantMeAshley. For real, I have a fun Twitter, go check it out. Also, please follow me at PlantMeAshley on Instagram, and check out my merch. If you want to go an extra mile, I have a membership which you can also join. It is a super fun time, and I hope to see you there. You can hit the join button to find out more, or hit the first link in my description. Other than that, thank you so much for hanging out with me tonight, and I do just want to say thank you so much for 20,000 subscribers. We hit it this this morning at about 4:38 in the morning, and it is truly a dream come true. I know in YouTube numbers, 20,000 is not a massive number. There are so many people on this platform with even 100,000 and a million, but to me, YouTube is something I've been wanting to do since I was 13. I've had 7 different channels on this platform, and this is literally a dream come true. And if it never went any farther than here, I just want to let you know that I feel so blessed to be able to have an incredible audience to share my plant collection with, to be able to discuss your plant collections with, and to be able to do the whole houseplant community thing. This community honestly changed my life, and I have made literally all of my closest friends right now, except for 3, came from this community, and there's a lot of them. So I just want to say thank you so much for changing my life and for helping me out upstairs, deal with a lot of things. The plants really do help, and so do the people who just really do care about each other. Like, there's so many people in this community who I've never met, and people who have never met me, and we just care so much for each other because we just do, because we met each other through plants. And I just want to say thank you, really. I cannot believe it. Imagine if all of us were in a room together. That's a lot of people. Here's to hopefully many more little achievements like this, and many more houseplants in the future. I'll see you in the next houseplant section. Goodbye.